Oh yeah, we're past that point. Oh my god, yes. That's kind of like a huge missed opportunity with that. Generic intro into that gives me her back with another nostalgic video. Today we're doing another Dark Toons, which is Hazbin Hotel. Somebody commented this and I was like, what? He did a Dark Toons on Hazbin Hotel? I know that the Shining was highly requested as well. It will happen this month, I can promise you that. But this is Hazbin Hotel. I figure with the announcement, the trailer dropping, and I think it's gonna be on what, Amazon Prime? I think it's January, I believe, is when that's gonna happen. Last week's video was another Dark Toons video. Hopefully I uploaded it on the right day this time, but it was Nasty Patty, the SpongeBob episode. You can check my reaction out. I'll leave it right up there. Also link down below in the description. Also in place on my channel with all of my other nostalgic critic reactions. Going to chronological order. Now, like 2 weeks ago, I uploaded Batman Forever, and the first day ad revenue for that video was $10, and oh well, that's add to favorites. What are you doing? It's doing that, and it says $10.09, and then there is $10 and why? $10.09 to cancerresearch.org, which is the first day of ad revenue. Whenever there's a charity shout out, I will donate the first day of ad revenue to that charity. I'm able to do that because of my wonderful patrons, the people like these people right down here. They get the videos a day early. $3 a month gets you all my reaction videos a day early, which is like 16 videos a week, which is insane for $3 a month. And I do this all myself. As you can see, I got a new green screen behind me. As you can see, after like 2,700 videos of me in front of a green screen and people asking why I don't use it. Are you happy now? I'm finally using it. Thank you so much for being here. I do read all your comments, whether you're a patron or not. I hope you're subscribed. You can check out my reaction to Hazbin Hotel, or my best friend's reaction to Hazbin Hotel, or our reactions to Hell of a Boss on the channel. There's a playlist dedicated to it on my channel, so check it out. Well, let's go jump into Hazbin Hotel, Dark Toons. All right.
Okay, so if you look at the title card, you may notice this
and
is
it still has not come out yet.
The reason this is different is because
I saw this in the comments and I had to,
this
especially
week,
with the trailer.
So I wasn't able to do a traditional Dark Toons episode, but I decided to review Hazbin Hotel.
How many views does this
I saw
have?
this a while ago, and people.
That's
I
it?
said on like streams and stuff like that. A lot of people have been wondering what I think about it.
Wait,
and I was saying to
my
myself,
reaction to
it's kind
Hazbin
of a dark
Hotel
tune.
might
I mean,
have
there's a lot
more
of
views than this.
you know, exceptions with it, you know, being obviously for not
also
for kids,
new green screen,
and you know, be more modern and stuff like that. But I figured talk about, because there was a lot to talk about. So this is honestly just sort of a straightforward review. It's not as much a Dark
What is
Toon
my first
episode. That's why I tried to emphasize it's
my first Hazbin Hotel has
but
111,000
there's a lot
views.
to talk about with this, and a lot of people have been asking. So this is kind of my me making up for not having
Kirby's
an
reaction
episode this
has
week. So this is just a fast,
188,000.
Thought on
And
what I think of the pilot, where I think
the
it
addict
can go,
reaction is 200,000.
and, you know, all the fun
That's
stuff involved
insane.
with that. So,
that is insane, actually. Holy
I
crap.
was gonna say maybe the two of you that don't know. I mean, guy, it's at 40 million views right now, and this came out like last October. So clearly,
I
this
don't know
is
when
already
I watched
a hit,
it.
But the plot
3 years
for
ago? Did I
anyone
watch
that
it?
doesn't know,
No,
the daughter of the devil in hell, it has put together this hotel.
We plan on reacting to it, if that's allowed.
Rehabilitate people that to make it so that they're no longer bad, to help them out, almost like an addiction place, like their addiction to evil. And obviously this doesn't go over that well with the people of hell, but as time goes on, she gets someone called Radio Demon who wants to help the place out, though it looks like he has his own diabolical means.
Very powerful demon.
Side characters and, you know, staff that of course are all very crazy, goofy characters, and they're all going to interact off each other. And there's also kind of, we'll get more into this, but there's kind of a weird war going on, like a turf war over different parts of hell, which is kind of like a side story. So, and on top of that, it's a musical. There's songs.
Is it technically?
So
how many times did they sing? Like twice?
That's the initial setup.
I mean,
the main
like
character is very bubbly, very
long?
happy, just someone that clearly doesn't belong in a place like this, but maybe that's why she should be in a place like this, as maybe we'll discover more.
And she's very powerful.
So
will we discover more?
Thoughts that I have.
2024.
Clip note version, as I usually say at the beginning of these. I really like it. I thought it was wildly imaginative. I thought it looked fantastic. I mean, it's just visually, there's so much you can take in. I think it's a clever premise. I think the idea of anyone in hell wanting to help people out, I think is a funny idea, but the fact that it's the daughter of the devil, I think is very funny. I also really like, you don't see the devil in this. Usually in stories like this, you would see, you know, him there.
What do you think is
like related to the main character, but they don't, which I like. You know, maybe they're saving that.
Wait, is he going to be
but
talking the
there's
entire
kind of two
time, or is
ways
he
to
going
come
to
at
do like
this.
the normal Dark
One
Toons?
is looking at it as what it says it is, a pilot. Another is as
I think it
its
was a
own
very successful pilot.
self-contained entity, even though it's
A24
saying
picked
it's
it up,
part one of
which,
hopefully a series.
What, Talk to Me?
As
Great
of
movie.
now,
I've
no
watched it at
part
Pack Theater.
2 has been announced. I'll make it very clear. I don't know much about the background of this
Hayden's
pilot.
going
That's
to
one
leave
the
a lot
reasons I
of
didn't want to
information
do
in the
just a
comment
traditional
section.
Dark Toons episode because I feel like the research on this is kind of like its own other level.
It is.
Because I think it got like through Patreon, through like years and years of development, and people like
How many years
all across
did they
the
work on
internet
it before it went
apparently
live?
animated this, and it shows. I mean, like the effort that's put into this, it's very, very clear. And apparently it's paying off. Like I said, it's at 40
Got picked up by
million
A24,
views. I mean,
and
that's
Helvaboss
crazy.
is super popular too.
But
Kesha was in Helvaboss.
But just taking it as it is, the first thing that really hits me watching it is that I really like it as a pilot. I want to see more of this. It seems like there's a lot of possibilities. The people that come into the hotel, you can switch it up. You can have different types of problems and different types of
4 minutes in this
evils
video and
and
has turned
categories
so
that
is
they
he
fall
literally
into.
talking about it for 20 minutes?
Staff. I mean, we
Kinda
only
crazy.
really get the staff at the end of the episode, but they're
I've never
very
done a Nostalgia
unique,
Critic like
fleshed
this.
out characters. It'll be great to see
I
them
didn't know
interact
this
off each
was
other.
like-
Problems with the hotel, stuff like plumbing and cooking and room service and, dealing with the patients. All of this stuff is great possibilities just on its own, but having it in hell just adds a whole other dimension. It reminds me of the show Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, which is kind of a similar idea. It's like a sort of an office-style show, but it takes place in hell. But it isn't just The Office, and they have a fiery background. Like, they legit make it's in hell. They're all devils. They all travel to Earth. They all try to get away with schemes that you would think hell would try to get away with. So that's what I like about it, is that there's definitely this this environment and this identity that clearly has a lot of callbacks to a lot of things that you would recognize. I mean, you get like Ren and Stimpy animation in there. SpongeBob,
I asked
Powerpuff Girls,
what
and
that
stuff.
was. Apparently,
It's
it was
very
an early
modern,
Nickelodeon.
Internet animation, I would
Doug
say. Kind of
loves.
TV animation too, but this is very clearly from the internet, and I mean that as a good thing. It's very, very much the style that you would see on, say, DeviantArt. I know I make fun of DeviantArt all the time, but it's like, there's a lot
Isn't
of art on
that Boo
DeviantArt.
literally right behind him?
It is. There's just spectacular art on there. And if you go to YouTube animations and stuff, I mean, you see like people do animations for like Game Grumps videos and stuff like that. It's kind of that style too. But it's funny because where those influences came from, is clearly stuff these animators have grown up with.
That's
like
why he's not showing the clips, is because it would take.
There's also a big
ran out of
thing,
time.
whether they're aware of it or not, with Ralph Bakshi animation, especially sort of the.
I've heard of him.
Sort of the psychotic
From
tone
other videos.
and sort of the you shouldn't say that environment. I mean, it is in hell, which is funny. In some way, I like to see that explored even more. I was just watching some old Ralph Bakshi stuff, and man, just his old films, they say and do stuff you just could not get away with today. And I feel like this one is
that's
tapping
everything.
on that.
I don't know about that.
It is hell, so that's not surprising. But
You can talk about Angel
the
Dust. You can talk about Michael
environment
Kovach's
creates
Angel
sort of
Dust. Angel Dust.
psychotic
He's not anymore.
language. And I don't mean like what they're saying is crazy. I mean they're literally using like psychotic violence to communicate.
Drug
half the
vending
time.
machines.
I think can really be explored more. This is kind of what I thought Cool World was gonna be when I first saw the trailer, because the trailer to Cool World is great. The movie is not. I do a whole review on it. You can check it out.
Did I like
but,
Cool World?
The world
What is
that
Cool
I thought
World?
we were gonna get.
Did I do a video on Cool World?
Is this world?
I
and
did.
this
That was-
plot
that
and
was
this,
Ralph Bakshi.
environment and these characters.
Yes, that's why I know that.
And
Yeah,
I think
because
there's
the
a lot
humans
because there's good
in
characters
the
that keep
cartoon
it
world.
anchored. The main character is very likable, very cheerful. It clearly doesn't fit in this, very mean-spirited world that is hell.
Yeah, but she's also more
but
powerful than
because
all of them.
She wants to help. She has
Nobody
a
can tell her
motivation
no.
that everybody can kind of get behind and respect and understand. She also likes to sing. I mean, she's like, I don't know, like a theater performer or something. She loves to break out into song, and other characters do too. I think that also adds kind of this very playful level that, again, I feel like you see in a lot of internet animations right now, like animated YouTube videos and such. But I've yet to see one like this long and to this grand a scale.
Yeah.
And I think
I wonder how much
shows
the
that
pilot cost to produce.
It can work.
And how long it took.
Because
the first time's always
this also
taking
took
forever
years
to
and years
produce.
of putting together. This is people across the internet just doing what they want. I mean, I know there was like a lot of people worked on this, that there was a lot of direction, there was a lot, I'm sure they had to keep a lot of this
a lot of people probably had not worked with other
ideas,
people.
but they
there was
clearly
no
said
chemistry.
yes to a lot of ideas too. And I feel like
it's a pilot.
what they said
Try
yes
everything
to
and
is
see
stuff
what
that's
people
still
like.
tied into creating an environment, this hostile environment, but also this very engaging environment. And I think for one episode like this, taking this long, that's fantastic. I think one of the reasons, I shouldn't speculate, and I guess technically I'm not, but I think one of the reasons could be that this did take so long. It is people on the internet, and shows take a while to make, and they're usually on a time
we still
crunch.
haven't
They
gotten
have to
the first season.
meet deadlines, man.
Apparently,
they
season
have to
2's
get
already
out,
been
certain
approved.
dates, where this one, it's like, it's like the Sistine, anyone's ever seen Agony and Ecstasy, shouting to Michelangelo, when will it be done? When I'm finished! It's the same thing, just when it's finished, it'll be done. Like a lot of internet
and it'll be worth it.
Animations and stuff
it'll
like that.
live forever.
So I feel like because there's, again, that can be a blessing and a curse, because to make this be a show, if that's still what they're interested in, maybe they're just done. Maybe it's like, no, just with this, which I'd almost kind of be fine with. I mean, it's a very good pilot. If they want to keep it going, they're gonna have to cut corners around certain avenues, I feel like, because there's gonna be more people control, more financing involved.
Yeah,
and,
well, I mean, A24 is pretty chill, aren't they?
Because problems that rise.
Talk to Me was actually done by what, Raka
Even
Raka?
with shows
I didn't
like
know that at the time when I watched
that
it.
constantly go on, hiatus, and and they look great. I mean, that's still a wonderful show. I feel like for something this ambitious, if it is to be turned into a show, it'd either be very few episodes, or they'd have to cut some corners. They'd have to cut down on either the motion of the characters or how much detail is in the background.
Or those things. But I don't know what's the most
so
expensive
much
parts.
detail in the background and the characters. I mean,
I feel like
making
a song's pretty expensive.
Design. I think there's a light in one scene that's before they go on this newscast, and like there's an Eye of Sauron in there. I mean, like, what a little detail. And there's just so much time
that little thing took.
I mean, the design of the show. Look at everything in my room. I'm gonna love the design of this show.
True.
I mean, this is totally up my alley. And
did he do like a first watch? I know him and his brother do like first time watching
the
stuff.
side story I was talking about before is sort of the turf war battle going on, the cleansing, which is not made very clear exactly like how it works. I think even the rules of hell
they didn't back
exactly
themselves to a corner by explaining
I think that's
it.
kind of a good thing. It creates kind of flexible reality.
Yeah.
So that's great for a pilot. For something that's on its
for
own,
the show,
like, if this is all
needs to
we
be
get, and we
explained.
never get anything else from Hazbin Hotel.
But there's lore.
It's a little distracting and doesn't make a ton of sense. I think it adds a lot to the psychotic atmosphere, that there always has to be yelling,
Violence.
exploding, violence, somebody doing something really crazy or saying a crazy line or getting really close to the camera, doing something really nutty like that, which I love.
It's been so long since I watched
really
a Hazbin Hotel pilot.
That's something that can be explored in further episodes. So I think it's good in setting, like I said, this environment and this atmosphere, but in a standalone project, if that's what this turns out to be, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I think it's something that can be explored in future episodes. If they did plan like future episodes, like that, probably be.
I don't know how many episodes are going to be in
episode 2
each season.
But I
season
also
2
feel
got
like
approved.
it adds a lot of, again, that strange environment, that uncomfortable energy that's constantly trying to threaten you, in a sense. So it's funny. With that said, if this ever did become a show,
It did.
I'm trying to say how to say it. I feel like this is a show that could very easily. So every fan base gets like some part that's gonna take it too seriously.
Oh yeah, we're
I mean,
past
we've
that
seen
point.
this
Oh my
in
god, yes.
Every fan base. I mean, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Every fan base has some.
Apparently, somebody was arguing about the lore with the
and it's like,
creator, with
what
Vivian.
size will it be? I
There is
easily
her name
see
Vivian?
this
I know
being
it's
one of those
Viv. I don't know
shows
if
that
it's
gets a
Vivian.
decent size of that, and I think one of the
Someone's trying to tell the
might
creator of
be
the show they were wrong
if
about
it does
lore.
take a long time to get a show going, if they still plan to do a show. I mean, because there's other things on the channel that, if I'm right, don't have anything to do with Hazbin Hotel. It looks like they may be moving on to other projects. So again, I'm sorry, I don't know a ton about what's in store for it or the making of it or anything.
Well,
but
I think that
can
he's talking about
see
Helva
the
Boss.
longer they wait, the more people kind of re-watching this and loving every part of it, and then whatever years later, when episode 2 comes out, everyone being like, well, that's not what I imagined, that's not what I wanted.
Well,
that's,
waited,
not what I was
4
looking
years?
for. Because it becomes so fixated
Well, this video came out
on
3 years
the
ago,
one thing they've seen.
and it was 1 year old. So it might be 5
It is
years
something
old?
where I feel like if there is going to be more, there's two options in my opinion. Either
When
you
did
make a show
when did the pilot come out?
and you have to cut back on stuff because you have to get a schedule going so people don't become too fixated on the one project that you have, the one episode that you have, where even if you make an episode 2, it's what you
October
always want to
20th,
do. Well,
2019.
everybody's seen that first episode a million times, so they know how it's supposed to work, and they don't want you to.
So we're going on
try
almost
new
4
things,
years.
So it's like you always run that danger, and that's always going to be there no matter what. So I think you either have to do that, or you have to, in my opinion, just make it like maybe a trilogy, or maybe like 5 episodes. And I'm sure they'll each take a very, very long time.
Oh, yeah.
But you can tell kind of a beginning, middle, and end. I mean, because this very clearly ends with sort of that they're building up more. Like, more is coming.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I don't
see,
know if they envisioned this much
people that come
success.
into the hotel. You're gonna see the staff interact off each other.
Because they kind of broke through
which is great.
with
There's a lot of
YouTube
possibilities.
pilots.
And honestly,
I mean, now there's Lackadaisy,
again,
Murder
I think,
Drones.
Like they say, you have to kind of pick your
What's
sacrifices.
another one that's really good?
I think if you want a lot of episodes, you're gonna most
I mean,
likely have to
Lackadaisy
cut
funded
some
their
corners,
season in a day.
because there's just
That was a week,
as
I think.
Everybody that made this knows animation takes a lot of time, especially if you want it to look really, really good. But I also feel like if they're like, no, we don't want to sacrifice our ideas and what we want the show to look like and everything, then I think you just got to shorten the amount of shows, because I don't know how many they have planned. Like I said, I don't know entirely the background of it. I'm just going off of only what I've seen and only the little bit I've heard about it. But I think there's a ton of possibilities for it. I think there's a lot of things to like about it.
I think it's going to be
I think the characters
incredibly
are
successful.
very unique, very charming, very energized. With
As
that
long as
said,
the
I can easily
super
see
fanatical side-
somebody watching this and saying, well, it's a little too in your face, a little too much energy, a little
more energy, more
I don't know if
passion.
it's too mean spirit. I'm sure somebody out there thinks it's too mean spirited. I show about hell, but I'm sure they're out there.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
So I feel like if you go in knowing what the initial idea is, that it's a animated show made by animators online, that takes place in hell, that has songs in it about a bubbly character who wants to make people in hell feel better while there's turf wars going on. I mean, I feel like you're gonna know whether or not you're gonna get into this or not, or if you're gonna want to see more.
Fair point.
I mean, sounds like a lot of people are. I mean, this is clearly a huge hit. And
Sorry, my girlfriend called me.
what's nice about it is wherever it goes, whether it makes a lot of episodes or makes few episodes, or even if
I don't know
else
what the
ever
plan
comes
is.
of
I
it,
don't know if
maybe
they're
it's
going to make
just
like hour-long
man,
episodes
we're done.
or
That kicked our
like
asses.
5 1-hour-long
Like,
episodes
we
or
got a good
10,
project,
30-minute
and
ones.
let's
I don't
just
know.
call it here, and everybody else can write their own fan fiction or fill out whatever they want to happen to these characters. I think that'd be fine too. It's a good enough project that I feel
There's
it might
another
be
pilot
good
show
enough
I'm forgetting about.
just to stop and let other people take over. Whether they want to write fan fiction, whether they want to do their own fan animations or whatever. Like it seems.
Did he do anything?
It
No,
feels very
Lackadaisy is not
prime
really
for
a
that.
dark
Like
tune.
this could maybe be one of those. I was gonna say few, but I don't know. I don't read a lot of fan fiction or anything. But maybe one of those few shows where they just have one episode and then like the internet takes over the
carries
rest.
over.
Like,
It
what
looks
version
spin-off.
do you like?
Oh,
it's like the Star
you mean the
Wars
Fate
books. Like,
series?
well, which version of the different universes do you like, or spin-off shows and movies
The
and
Fate
stuff.
series.
So I think that'd be interesting, or even like Batman or DC, like they do all those spin-off animated movies and stuff like that. You know, maybe it could be like that. So I don't know what's in store for it, but I think there's clearly enough to be explored here. It's a really good starting ground.
Oh yeah.
And even if it doesn't pick up, if it doesn't go anywhere, I think what they have is super creative.
When did they announce that it got picked up?
If you ever just not feeling like in a creative mood, you can't get the creative juices going or whatever, just watch this, because there's stuff in the background, there's stuff in the foreground.
That's actually a good
there's
idea.
The type of characters.
Because sometimes I'm like,
the
creative
sound,
juices.
Like even the radio
I'm fresh
demon
out.
has like this great radio sound that's very unique.
Yeah, Alistair.
The designs
and like
of
the songs
everybody
people
and all
have
the
made
buildings and
about
everything
Hazbin
are
Hotel,
just like so wonderful and so creative,
and
and you can tell
the
so
art
much
people
time
have made and
went into
everything.
them. Even like
Just...
the angles. There's one shot where I think they're entering the hotel, and it's like this dramatic lighting from the door, and the door is very bright, and they're silhouetted, but like, you know, the X's on their eyes are glowing or whatever, and it's like, you didn't need that. I mean, that doesn't really suggest anything to the story or anything, but it just adds to the environment. It adds to the insanity of this world they've created and the style of the show. So yeah, initially I think it's a really good pilot. I would love to see more, but even if they don't do it,
it still created a world, and also
really
probably helped launch Helva Boss, which I think has been incredibly successful for them as well.
I'm good. You know, I mean, like,
I think they're probably succeeding with Helva Boss.
You know, obviously, it's a shame not to see it go, see it explored more from these people and this creative team, which I definitely like to see. But
Spindlehorse,
it's good enough where if that's where it stops, I'd be like, I'm fine. Like, I got my fill. I got my fill of creativity and energy and song and color and design.
And then it also served as inspiration for things like Lackadaisy, I'm pretty sure.
Dark animation.
I don't know if Murder Drones is in that category.
I say check it out. You probably have,
beforehand.
Like I said, 40 million. As
they probably didn't inspire all that, but they definitely
reviewing this.
helped.
I'm sure it's going to get even
90
more
now.
just after I film this. So I really dig it. I really think there's a lot that can be done with it. So what do you guys think? I mean, obviously, it's
I
a
have
lot of
2
people
videos
love it, but
on
there's something that maybe you didn't like, or you think something I missed that's even better than what I was talking about, because I definitely really enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Even if you have, check it out again.
I probably should. I have free time. I don't know, this new green screen's taking a lot of my time.
Yeah, there's just so much to appreciate in the look and style, but also just a creative story and characters that you like. Yeah, I really dug it. So let me know what you think as well. So that's about it. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't do a traditional Dark Toons.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he did a traditional Dark Toons for this. Oh my god, this video would have been so much more successful.
Yeah, let me know what you thought.
The fact that it's just him talking for 20 minutes and shows no footage is probably what
do you think
hurt
it's
this
fine
video.
the way it is and should just stop? What are your thoughts, man? I'd love to know. And that's
I don't know
what
average Dark Toons get. I don't know what views the average Dark Toon video get, but I feel like that's kind of like a huge missed opportunity with that. So that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure this video is probably getting a lot of clicks, and then a lot of people are going to realize that he's not showing any of the footage and it's just him talking, and they're going to probably click off the video. So I'm sorry about that. This was my reaction. It's the first time that I'm seeing this video, and this is what I was told to watch it. Did not know it existed, and I was told to watch it, and no one told me not to. So it was cool. It was interesting to see where he was right and where things went from where he was right compared to how things actually went and what he thought and what might happen. So it kind of changed what my expectations are, because like I don't know the inside of, you know, making a show like he does. So maybe that kind of helps my expectation for Hazbin Hotel. I figured with the trailer just coming out that would be kind of a good time to do this. The Shining video will come at some point. Let me know what other videos, Nostalgia Critic or Dark Toons, to celebrate the month of Halloween. I hope you have a wonderful rest today. I hope you're subscribed to see future videos. Check out my Hazbin Hotel reaction. Check out Kirby's reaction to Hazbin Hotel. Check out the Helva Boss videos. There's a playlist on my channel for all that. I'll be reading your comments, but until next video, take care and cue the music.
We were